The objective of this video is to provide QA workflow, in the sense quality assurance workflow in pharmaceutical industry. Initially, I am speaking about document control. Here in this section, controlling of standard operating procedures, standard testing procedures, batch manufacturing records, batch packing records, specifications, and change history management under the section of this document control. And the second one is vendor qualification. Here in this activity, total vendor evaluation, audit and approvals, material approval status will be progressed. And the other third component is to raw material control. Here, review of certificate of analysis, sampling authorization, release reject decisions. And the fourth component is to in process quality assurance. Here, everything means in the sense whatever the activity is progressing in the pharmaceutical API sector, and as well as a formulation unit also, in process quality assurance personals involving in the providing of line clearance and process monitoring and in process checks for its complaints and consistent following. And later the component is deviation management. Here in this section, for example, any departure observing from the standard procedure, then within the stipulated timeline, deviation is being initiated. In this section, who are maintaining this deviation management activity, they are responsible for deviation identification, initiations, progressing, investigation, closings, everything. And later a root cause analysis by using fishbone YY analysis, failure mode effective analysis. By following these things, by identifying the subjective potential or probable root causes and identification of the applicable corrective and preventive actions. Coming to that point, kappa, in this section, corrective actions, preventive actions, effectiveness checks will be progressed, and impact assessment also. Change management point of view, change proposals, risk assessment for the proposed changes, and its approval and implementation. And the eighth component is to validation and qualification. Here in this, a process validation, cleaning validation, and equipment qualification. By considering the updation of for process validation in the year 2011, here we have the stages for validating the process. Those are process design and process qualification and continuous process verification. In the section of process design, we have different components for validating our process. And coming to the ninth component, audit and complaints. In this, internal audits, regular regulatory audits which will be conducted by the regulatory authorities, and GMP complaints, good manufacturing practices are complying with in line with the requirement or not, that verification under this section of under audit and complaints. And the last component is to finished product release. In this, QA release will be involved and market distribution. Thank you.